Today, I'm going to style this cabinet. If I'm being honest, this is one of my most favorite things to do because I love accessories. I love things that are old. I love things that are new. Love things that are quirky. I feel like that adds interest to your home um, and keeps you looking different than everyone else. So this was like a gathering of, like so many places, so many stores. So I'm going to kind of show you like my thought process. I usually lay everything out to get started. I'll do I need height, I need color. I love green, so I'll show you how to get started. This is a great set of old books. I'm going to start on the first shelf. I'll also say I am not, in general, which this might surprise you if you know anything about me, very organized in my thought process. So my creativity sometimes takes me here and then there, and then I need to unload the dishwasher, and then I get hungry. And then that sparks something that I feel like I should add to the cabinet. I don't know why, but it does. So I'm going to try to stay focused. But so I'm going to start with these books here. I know that for sure this is a little bit taller, and I want to put it on the top shelf. I'd started with this box because I liked it up here. I will also say this. Look and see how your cabinet or your whatever that you're styling, if it has doors, opens and closes. Some of them will have a thicker door in the middle, so you almost need to style this side and this side. Some are better. You can see the whole thing at one time, so you don't have to worry so much about separating something in the middle. This one, not a thick middle, so I don't have to worry about making sure that I look like I have two separate sections. These little gold squirrels made me laugh. I like kind of putting them up high. They're smaller scale for this cabinet, and this box is a large scale. So elevating them and putting them up here highlights them. It kind of shows them off instead of hiding them. I'm going to take this plant. Still has the tag on it because sometimes you just forget to take the tags off. I'm going to put this here. I want this postcard to be a little more off center. Why? Just because I think it's cool. I am not a super symmetrical person. I'm not a symmetrical person at all. Not even like super symmetrical. I'm just not symmetrical. I like things a little bit off kilter. In general, I think there's also the rule too of sometimes things do need symmetry to keep them balanced. A bookcase, not necessarily. That not necessarily doesn't need that. I also love adding, I feel like family pictures are really having a moment. Pictures in general, frames, I should say. Framed pictures are really having a moment again. So I have been adding them to a lot of my bookcases for just like a personal touch. These were flowers that when I first got them were alive, and they dry so great. So this is a perfect thing to add into this shelf for texture and a little bit of color. Again, kind of like some family photos. Also, not everything has to be like totally seen in your shelf. Sometimes you're doing things, sorry, this is metal and it's kind of loud. Sometimes you're doing things just for texture and interest that you actually like. In order to see something, you'd have to kind of get up and look in there and discover it. That's great. Not everything has to be so obvious. But to think about when you're doing this, if you've got a lot to do, having something common. So here's more of those books that we're using up top. And it's great because they kind of give balance. So now I've taken something similar, put it over here. Not everything, again, has to be one of a kind, but layering in color, these types of little things, oh man, they make me so happy because it's just different. These are a little more unique. I also like doing things in general in groups. So I am an not odd in my personality. Odd meaning number-wise person. So I generally do things in like a 3, 5, 7, something like that. Oh, this is great. so that it gives me a cluster instead of being so matchy. So it's kind of where I've started. Kind of move things around and see, like I said, feel free, like at any time, if you have doors on something, to close them and see how it looks when things are closed. So if I want to move that over because I want my postcard, I kind of like it more tucked in over there. Again, don't be hesitant to have, if people want to look into something that you have display, sometimes you have to walk up and see it. That's okay. I love anything green, but I love to where you can take something, this bowl is very light. I put on here a little knobby thing in it. What that will do is keep it from sliding out of the shelf. It just gives it a little stop. So like a furniture pad or a little something like that you can put on a piece of your accessory so that it will stay in place. Look at that, it actually worked. And again, a shelf is another great place for art, small art pieces that you can use to style. Maybe, this would be too small of a scale for your wall, but you have a bookcase or a bookshelf that has higher space in between your shelves. That is a perfect place to put a little found piece of art, display treasures, something like that. So I love the coloring of this too. Very similar color palette in the whole thing. So things stand out and are unique, but one thing doesn't jump out at you and feel aggressive. This is so cool. This is a game. And so, as everything's going to come falling over, fun piece to put in. Fun piece to put in that can be taken out. It can be utilized, but yet you know where it goes. It doesn't disrupt anything if you move it. But again, provides like great texture and interest in your shelf. So think highs, lows, think some things similar so it doesn't feel like it's too cluttered or crowded. Use great place to use picture frames of different color and different texture, and then make it interesting. So smaller pieces of art, a framed piece of art from, that was given to you as a gift or from your kids. Great for dried florals, greenery, great place to put artificial greenery because you don't have to worry about watering it. So hope that was helpful.